Like, they missing the mark, man. You know, like the Navy talking about these transvestites coming in the military. Like, but what we talking about, man?
So, Jake, I want to talk to you today about the military recruiting crisis.
Oh, yeah, bro. Oh, yeah, man.
So, if you were king for a day, how would you go about fixing the crisis that, you know, the Army's facing, the Navy, the Air Force, like everybody's, the Space Force is not too bad.
Nah, Air Force,
how would you go about fixing the military crisis?
So I think the military crisis right now is rooted deeper into American culture than it is the military. Mm-hmm. Right now, we got this woke movement of BS. We got the Black Lives Matter BS. We got all this trash going around. And all this really doing is diluting America's culture of gunfighting in the Wild West. And so you got too many video games. You got too much social media. If I was king for a day, I'd get rid of all social media. I might even get rid of cell phones for everybody under 18. Okay? But it really comes back to, from a military perspective, you were probably in the Army when they had the Army of One program. Yeah. That might have been the dumbest thing in the world. Like, we in a team environment, you pitch an Army of One individuals. I think they're doing a very poor job of reaching out to social media, right? Like, guys like you and me, I mean, shit, I got 13 motherfuckers in the same bullet class right now. Mm-hmm. 13 dudes, okay? I got 6 dudes in flight school. Like, I'm a one-man recruiting Army right now, and they want to shy away from us. I would say, you know, from a military perspective, you got to understand, like, if this ain't fire-breathing, dragging guns, bullets, and bombs, young people ain't going to get involved. But that comes back to American culture, right? We not promoting athletics. You know, we got a bunch of kids in school that don't even have recess no more. We not promoting outside play. Like, I drive around my neighborhood. I'm in San Antonio. They will snatch some kids. I got to agree with that. But we don't have no kids. You don't ever see no kids outside playing, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, on my little cul-de-sac, I got a Marine across the street, and we got a couple kids playing, but it's the only place I've seen kids playing. You know, so we're doing a bad job culturally as America. We don't have no PT standards, right? Like, we're not doing stuff to promote the behavior we need. And I'm going to say this, we've been hearing a lot about TikTok running on 5th generation of warfare, right? TikTok, China's over here trying to undermine what we're doing through social media. Well, if you go look at what they're seeing in China on social media, it's positive, great stories, kids overcoming, kids working hard. It's all the positive things you want to see. You see on ours, it's straight buffoonery, mm-hmm. right? So as a culture and as a country, like, my kids ain't on social media. They won't be. My 6th grader came to us crying because he's one of 2 kids in his whole class out of 200 kids that don't have a cell phone. I told him, listen, bro, you getting raised by me. You're not getting a cell phone until maybe junior in high school, maybe. I said, you can learn to live with it, you deal with it, whatever. My wife bought him a book reader so he can take that, so he can have something to do.
Like a Kindle?
Yeah, but, like, at the end of the day, like, you go into places people can't communicate because of cell phones and social media, right? The military's got to understand, like, they got to sell the opposite of it. So I said this. So the Naval Academy, back when they were recruiting a lot, the Naval Academy West Point recruit a lot of high school kids still, but college football has gotten away from high school kids. I told them the best thing you could do with the Naval Academy, I said, if you let me come in there and set up a 12-hour, let's say a 6-hour special operations deal for you, I guarantee you sign every recruit you bring here. They were like, no, Jake, we can't. They can't fly on helicopters. They can't shoot 60s. You want them to swim? I was like, dude, we put a life jacket on them, man. Give them some fins. Let them swim to the range. Like, bro, like, I'm telling you, like, we got to sell them what no one else can sell them. Mm-hmm. And I think that's missed a lot. Like, I tell people, man, like, I give the Army one colonel, okay? If you want to recruit better, take a 60 down to your local high school and let everybody rip off 25 rounds on the belt. It can be blanks, bro. Yeah. It can be blanks. Okay?
Yeah.
Go down to every high school. Hey, man, listen. Pull up with a truck and let them rip 25 rounds on the 60. Maybe 15 rounds. And the mugs that it reacts to are going to sign up.
Yeah.
Right? But see, that's that comes from me knowing what got me as a kid. Mm-hmm. Right? If you had given me a 60 as a 18-year-old, there ain't no way, bro. You would give me a helicopter ride as an 18-year-old? West Point, but I showed the West Point and let me ride a helicopter, I'd be like, oh no. I'm coming to school here.
Yeah.
You know, same thing. But, you know, I say this, like, as much as we in an unconventional warfare space, Big Army in a conventional warfare space. Mm-hmm. Big Army thinks conventionally, right? They not about to give no high school kids a 60, because the first thing some bean pusher is going to say is, who's going to pay for the ammunition?
Yeah.
Who's going to pay for that? We'll figure that out, right? Special operations, I'm going to figure that out. Mm-hmm. You know? Like, the Marine Corps got that pull-up challenge, right? You see that girl doing them pull-ups, like, straight leg? Dog, you should have automatically made her a lieutenant in the Marine Corps and promoted her and just made her, like, all the cannon fodder in the world, because now you're going to get more people.
Yeah.
You know? And I know that's kind of a long answer, but, like,
no,
we've talked about it a little bit offhand, like they missing the mark, man. You know, like the Navy talking about these transvestites coming in the military. Like, but what we talking about, man? You know, like
China's winning.
China is winning, bro. Like they TikTok winning down.
Yeah.
You know, and the other thing of it is, you got so many people out there ready to jump in and fight for shit they got no idea about. So I'm gonna throw this one out there. You're gonna get some heat for it. It is what it is. So we had the young man die at SEAL training last year, right? And his mom knew that he was on drugs, okay? And his mom is going crazy. She's still in the Navy right now. And she never stepped back and said, my son was responsible for, I'm going to say this, 75% of his death was on him, okay? 100% of it was preventable, but they didn't have the safety checks in place at BUD/S, like medical checks. Like I told you, we had every 45 minutes. They didn't get checked every 45 minutes. I think that's a critical failure, okay? Yeah. So I'm not going to put all the responsibility on him. But that motherfucker was on steroids, testosterone, Viagra, HGH.
Jeez.
And now you're trying to go through the hardest military training in the world. You get pulmonary edema, you get SIPE, swimmers induced pulmonary edema, which is pneumonia. And then you finish training and you're not man enough when you spitting up blood sputum and shit out your lungs
to fucking go get checked.
To go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, I've been in some bad places, man. Sometimes you just gotta raise your hand and you gotta go. I had appendicitis. I was fighting it at my house. I didn't have health insurance. I had to go to the hospital. I ain't have it. $17,000 later, I lost my appendix. Now I got super lucky. I ended up getting a VA. But like, that's the kind of stuff, man. Like, it's just like the culture in America is so bad right now, from the standpoint of hard people do hard shit. Mm-hmm. If you coming into special operations, you got to be a hard dude. There's no such thing as coming into special operations and you a soft dude. We can't lower the standards at BUD/S, and you got the same thing. You can't lower the standards because the standards are at the bare minimum right now. If you lower the standards, cats show up in the teams and get killed.
Yeah, that's all it comes down to. Like, you lower the standards, all you're doing is you're telling that mother, that father, that's sending their kids to you, like, fuck you, we're gonna get your kids killed.
That's all you do.
That's all it is.
That's all you do. Because we said it. Training and selection is fucking kindergarten. Yeah. I've said it 1,000 times, bro. Like, but you can't realize that until you get to the SEAL teams, to Green Beret. Like, then you're like, oh my God. Like, I've been out here rucking for 24 hours with no food, no water. Like, I'm about to die out here. It's Virginia at 400 degrees, and there ain't no safety officer out there. I mean, we lost a kid. My dude Jeff, man, he was one of them fitness dudes, creatine, like shredded, like 2% body fat. We on an all-day land nav course. He disappeared, man. He went into chronic cramps, was in the woods. Took us 12 hours to find him, man. He had finally rolled to the street and was laying next to the road, man. He had been in chronic cramps for like 13 hours.
Golly.
No safety officer out there, bro. I tell everybody, ain't no safety officer in the middle of the ocean at 3 in the morning in Sea State 4. Yeah. You know, so that's one of my things culturally in America right now. We're doing a really bad job, man. We promoting below average behavior. You know, this we could talk about this whole shit on the West Coast where they're allowing people to shoplift, they're allowing people to steal, they're not arresting nobody, they're not doing nothing. All of that is systemic to the culture right now of complacency. And then I'm gonna end it with this. I'm gonna say this. You know, tough times make tough people. Tough people make easy times. Easy times make soft people. Soft people bring on bad times.
Yeah, I have a feeling we're on the crest of bad times.
Absolutely, bro.
Yeah.
I think the West Coast is going to disappear.
Yeah.
I think the West Coast is going to go into anarchy in the next probably 5 to 10 years.
Yeah. Well, when they do, they're going to come looking for us, right? But yeah, folks, if you guys have any questions, leave it in the comment section below, all right? Until next time, take care of yourself.